The Isle of Man, famous for cats with no tails, kippers, its Viking and Celtic heritage, steam trains, its three-legs symbol, and high-speed road racing. This self-governing British Isle, which sits in the centre of the Irish Sea between England and Ireland and less than 20 miles south of Scotland, hosts one of the most challenging endurance events anywhere in the world. This is the Parish Walk. Don't be fooled by its friendly and almost benign title though. A Parish Walk finish is a challenge that many Manx men and women would like to have to their name. Each year, almost 2,000 islanders and some visitors tackle the 85-mile walk around all 17 of the island's parish churches. But the rules say they must cross the finish line in under 24 hours. Around 200 of them do. The Parish Walk has been described as an event of Herculean demands, where only the fittest and mentally disciplined will succeed. Terrain covers it all, from picturesque villages and town centres, and the climb to the top of the most barren of moorlands. The Parish Walk throws everything at those who enter. The Parish Walk can be traced back to 1913, when only a dozen people took part. But it was in 1960 that the event started to gain the public attention it has today. Stanley Cleater strolled to victory to a waiting crowd on Douglas Promenade. He completed the course in 19 hours, 50 minutes and 30 seconds. Today, the event is the largest participation event in the island and is made up of the serious athletes, but also hundreds of islanders, each having their own reasons and goals, with many raising money for charities and good causes. The event now starts at the National Sports Centre in the island's capital, Douglas.
Well, good morning on this overcast June morning here in Douglas in the Isle of Man. 17 parishes, 85 miles, thousands of competitors. One man who knows a bit about the Parish Walk is Jock Waddington, a 10-time finisher, a 4-time winner. Jock, good morning to you.
Good morning, Chris. Yeah, it's a fantastic day for walking today. It's overcast, light winds. I think everyone's in for a good day.
Well, the last time the event happened in 2019, it was Liam Parker who was the winner.
Ready as I can be now, and we'll see how it goes. And it won't be an easy day, but it is what it is now.
Confident though?
I never am at this point. Ask me at Rushen.
Plenty of backstories as well, people who are raising money for good causes and charities. Let's hear from Alan Clegg.
I'm walking with a charity, the Manx MSA Trust. So there's a few of us out today, and we're just going to have a good bit of fun along the way and enjoy the hospitality.
Brilliant. Tell us a bit about the trust.
It's a charity that was set up several years ago. A good friend of mine, Chris Blake, sadly passed away of MSA, so he set a charity up to help with the research. And his wife Nick's here today, she's taking part as well. It's nice to get back out and doing a bit of fundraising.
Well, another man who knows a bit about winning the Parish Walk is Robbie Collister.
I just want to have one more competitive walk, because I've been threatening to stop doing it for a long time, but I just want to have one more competitive walk and just see how it goes, and then maybe, I'm not saying I'll stop doing it again, but I'll just do a bit more casually in the future, so I don't have to do a lot of training. It's putting the hours in for training more than anything.
A 5-time winner there, Robbie Collister, and just looking around you can see the calibre of some of the competitors entered into the Parish Walk this year, and that'll make for a great race.
Yes, it will. Everybody will be keen to get going now. They'll all have their little demons in their heads, but once that gun goes, shortly, they'll be off and running.
Well, you can see the likes of Simon Mellor, Paul Atherton, Tristan Shields there finished 3 times as well, but the starting gun about to go, as the Parish Walk for 2021 begins. So competitors are going around the NSC track jock before embarking on the 85-mile course in earnest. Not all of them will finish, obviously, but who tickles your fancy this time around?
Oh, well, you can never write off Liam Parker, who's won it in 2019, 2017. Richard Gerrard, 5 times winner in the men's race. Paul Atherton's doing well over the last couple of years. He's sort of sneaked under the radar somewhat. Robbie Collister, Parish Walk stalwart, and there are many others to mention. In the ladies' race, it's slightly open, I would say, because the previous event's winner, Emma Schilling, isn't in it this year, so there'll be a different ladies' winner this year.
And a great mix. We just saw somebody there, Jock, dressed as a dog, so I'm sure they're raising money for charity. I'm led to believe it's for SARDA, the Search and Rescue Dog Association. I don't think I've ever seen somebody compete in a costume like that.
No, he's in for a hot day ahead, I think.
And for those who aren't quite as familiar with the parish as others, just go through the route.
Okay, so when the gun goes off at the NSC on the athletics track, you do one complete lap of the NSC red track, and then you go through the marathon gates, half a lap of the perimeter walk, and then you go onto the access road, which is where we can see Simon Gorn. He's got a bit of a lead there. So this is the TT access road, which keeps the competitors off the main road, which runs parallel to it, mainly for safety reasons, because there's no traffic on this road whatsoever.
And Simon Gorn there, somewhat an unknown quantity, so an early lead for him. There's obviously a very, very long way to go, and he will have to deal with the competition that comes from people who have got that experience of finishing. Does that really help you? Once you've finished it once, does it make it easier to go and finish again, or is it always really, really difficult?
Well, sometimes course knowledge can work against you, because you know what's coming, or what's around the next corner, or down the next hill. But once you have finished, you know exactly what to expect, whereas a first-time competitor, it was all sort of new for them. They may have trained the routes, but actually race day is different from any training they would have done.
Well, there goes Robbie Collister around Braddon Bridge there, looking good early on. And there we go, more about what the Parish Walk is about. The girls in pink there waving, they're raising money for the Children's Centre, raising thousands for good causes. It really does capture the hearts and minds of the Manx public.
It certainly does. Many charities will benefit from people walking today, and it's wonderful to see.
Well, this story in particular, Jock, really does tug at the heartstrings, and hope that number 439, Edward Kelly, does manage to achieve what he's setting out to today. He's hoping to get to Moran raising money for hospice, but his story in particular is quite intriguing.
It is. He was unfortunate enough to have a brainstem stroke in October 2002, so it's remarkable the progress he has made, and I wish him well today. And
just it goes back to that mental strength that it takes for anybody, not just to finish the Parish Walk, but to compete in it anyway, and despite where you end up, whether that is completing the full 85 miles or just going to your own personal targets.
Exactly. I've discussed this as many times with fellow competitors over the years, and we've sort of come up with the idea that it's going to be 70% mental and 30% physical to actually get around this whole course, because it does weigh heavily on your mind the further you go.
Some beautiful shots of the Isle of Man there, the scenery and just the beauty of the island captured there. Walkers in fine spirits, but that's always the case early on, isn't it, Jock?
It is. So you'll see everybody laughing and chatting quite happily at the moment, but give it another 10 or 12 hours, the smiles won't be as broad. But generally, everybody is in good fettle at the moment.
And there we have Simon Gorn, 11 miles in. He's into Santon and looking very good, it has to be said.
Yeah, he's looking very relaxed, still smiling there. He's got a good technique, using his elbows to drive his hips. Yep, good to go.
And clocked in there at Santon 4 minutes, or around 4 minutes under the record to Santon, the record being 9 hours and 50 minutes. But onwards and upwards as we see Robbie Collister, the next into Santon, 1 hour 50 and 22 seconds there. So about 4 minutes down on Simon Gorn so far.
Yeah, so I'm wondering now if, because Robbie has done this many times and knows exactly what he's doing, so I'm wondering now if Simon's maybe gone off a little bit too fast. We'll find out though.
When do you know if you've set off too fast, and is it easy to rectify that, to slow down and get to a pace which will see you last the distance, or is it a case of mind over matter?
Experience would tell you if you've gone off too fast too soon. And until you've done this or other endurance events, you're not going to know, if you're going at the right pace, or you can up it, or you need to rein it in a little bit. So that's just down to experience.
Paul Atherton and Liam Parker there, right next to each other, numbers 1 and 14. What's it like when you've got somebody who is direct competition out there walking right alongside you? How easy is it just to focus on your own race?
Well, to be honest, you end up chatting and walking as a team, using each other, working with each other. It is a race, yes, but at the end of the day, it's you against the road. So you will use each other, you will work together for a while. You may split up, somebody will go faster or slower as the race goes on, but it's good to have some company.
Noel Ash, Adam Killip and James Quirk through, and there we see Mason Prince. He's the leading junior out there, number 1770, and he's followed by Nathan Harmer, who is known to many in the walking community as well.
Yes, so they're the first two under 21s on the road, so they're working together. They're going well.
Samantha Bowden, leading lady as well, finisher 6 times. She'll be looking to add a 7th to her list today.
Yeah, she looks strong there.
Another 3 seasoned race walkers into shot there. Michael Farnworth, Louise Gimson and Aaron Curfey. All of them have finished before. And we keep on saying that experience can be key in helping you. How do you say you learn from it, Jock? How easy is it to put those lessons into practice? Do those incidents, do those learning curves stick out in the memory when you set out the next year?
Yeah, if you get something badly wrong in any race, you'll remember that and make sure you don't do the same mistake again. So yeah, experience is critical in endurance events, and the more you have, the better you'll do.
Still very close together, masses. They're a pack at the moment, very much. Jock, when will they start to separate out, do you think?
Yeah, well, we're at Santon at the moment, so they're only about 11 miles in. So the pack will be thinning, so the guys at the front obviously going faster than the guys in the middle, so it's just a slow process. The further you go on in the race, you'll see bigger gaps appearing. Little groups of people and then nothing, and then another group of people, so they'll be thinning out now.
And there is the dog in the pack as well, still going strong, 137, I think that is James McGregor.
Yeah, Jim McGregor, yeah.
And here we are at Santon then, still plenty of people coming through this particular parish. One of them, Dudley Butt, who sent or had a viral picture of his foot, I believe, one year, Jock.
Several years ago, yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted, that one. It's still on the internet somewhere if you want to find it.
Well, thankfully, it was a picture of Dudley Butt's foot and not Dudley Foot's butt. And in fine form here at Santon is Elle Kane, 1793, her number, and she is the under-21 girls leader.
Yeah, Elle's walking with her dad, Lee, who won the event in 1997.
Samantha Bowden, the ladies' leader, still going very, very strongly there now in Ballaugh, as people still playing catch-up, and still loads of people very, very close together as they go through Santon. With Aaron Curfey into shot there, a 5-time finisher, and Werner Alberts also finishing 5 times. Glenn Farragut, he's hoping to complete the full 85 miles for a 2nd time today. Here we are in Rushen then, and the leader, Simon Gaughan, is still going very, very strongly here. 3 hours, 10 minutes and 17 seconds. Just give us a bit of perspective, Jock, in terms of a time. That's very, very good, isn't it?
That's excellent, an excellent time. Just hope he's not gone up too fast.
We can still see Elle Kane, the under-21 ladies leader as well. Is she a solid bet to go on and claim the under-21 crown here?
Well, she's got a good lead from the 2nd place lady, but you just don't know what's going to happen around the corner. Anything can happen on the day.
Robbie Collister there into Rushen. It's about 10 minutes down on Simon Gorn. Will that be playing on his mind? Will he be aware of how well Simon's doing?
Oh yes, absolutely. So gone are the days where you can sneak up behind somebody and have absolutely no idea how far behind them you are, because of it's all available online now, instant updates and things like that. So Robbie will know, Simon will know exactly where Robbie is, and vice versa.
There's Jim McGregor again. He's got into Ballaugh. He's finished once. He is raising money for the Search and Rescue Dogs Association. Noel Ash and Adam Killip, the next interviewing here at Rushen.
Yeah, they're working together. They're going well, looking strong. 19 miles in now at Rushen. So interestingly, there's Mason Prince, 1770, the under-21 leader, and with him is Conor Gilbert, who incidentally won the under-21s race twice, 2017 and 2018, I think.
Yeah, Mason Prince, I understand, works as a postman, so he's used to putting the miles in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Samantha Bowden in 12th place overall, but she's the leading lady, 3 hours 30 and 49 seconds, and that time for her puts her in front of the pack at the moment.
Yeah, she's a leading lady. She's got a good lead on second place, and here they are, in fact. Here's the second place, Louise Gimson and Steph Burton working together, second and third lady on the road.
Well, there we have Rushen once again. And this is when you'll start to be feeling a few aches and pains, would it, Jock?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Maybe that was just me. But yeah, you're 19 miles in here, so, I mean, you've done the training, but now's when the training kicks in.
How important is it to keep hydrated, to keep taking on board fluids and sugar, just to make sure that you don't burn yourself out and find yourself flagging?
Oh, it's imperative. If you don't replace the energy that you've used, then you will fall by the wayside without a doubt. So you need to keep eating, keep drinking, to keep going.
Raymond Harris, who looks like he's calling it a day at number 175.
That was enough for today.
And there we see Alan Clegg. We heard from him before they got going earlier this morning. And he still looks to be enjoying himself out there, which is encouraging to see. When we get to this stage in the race then, Jock, that's when people start preparing for the Slock, and you hear so much just about how gruelling this stretch of the course is.
Yeah, the Slock itself is just a long, slow climb. It's the bit before that, Ballaugh, which is this thing in the tail, really. It's much shorter and steeper. And people tend to forget about that and focus on the Slock, but the Slock isn't that bad.
So do you think it's a myth then that the Slock is the killer?
Well, it's not entirely pleasant, but there are worse sections of the course, I think.
Well, here we are on the Slock then. 4.25, Ashley Humphrey in shot there.
There's a good shot of the Slock, so it's just a long, slow climb. It does take a little bit out of you, but as I say, it's not as bad as the bit prior to that.
It is a slow burner. Do you practice this in the build-up to the event? Would you be caught on the Slock training yourself?
I have done it, but it's just miles in the road, really. A hill is a hill, so you just got to get the training in, not necessarily on the course, though.
There are a couple more walkers enjoying their time up that gruelling stretch of the course. We can see Laura Atkinson there, Jake and Brad Morris. And then more stunning views of the Isle of Man there. And lots of people lining the streets of Peel as Simon Gorn comes into shot. He is on fire at the moment. And this could be a massive shock because he's a bit of an unknown quantity, as we said before. And he's first into Peel here, and he's looking very, very good, Jock.
Yeah, he's looking very calm there. Walking well.
Ramsey Richardson, 12.44 there. We can see Colin Freeman, Kerry Pledger in 16.26, and John Quinn at 12.32 there. Let's get back to Peel as more of the leading walkers are in shot here. Smiles on the faces. There's Liam Parker, the defending champion, but he's in second place, Jock.
Yeah, so he's walking with Paul Atherton at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see how this pans out. So they're a little bit behind Simon. Whether they'll work together or not remains to be seen.
Next into sight in the west of the island is Richard Gerard. He's fourth out there on the course and he's powering on through, and he knows a thing or two about claiming victory in the Parish Walk, and he'll just be using every bit of that experience just to try and claw in the lead that Simon Gaughan currently holds. Meanwhile, back on the Slock, you can see the pain and the grimaces on certain faces, Jock, but other people seem to be having a whale of a time.
Yeah, well, there's not so many smiles and laughter now, as you can imagine.
As the enormity of the challenge that they've taken on becomes clear. Next in Peel is number 8, Pete Miller. He's 5th out there on the course. He's 10 minutes down on the leader.
He's looking very relaxed, though. He's going well.
And another couple who are right next to each other out there in joint 6th place, Adam Killip and Noel Ash.
Yeah, they're walking together. They're walking well. About 6 minutes behind Pete, though, so we'll just see how this pans out.
Just seeing there on the Slock, number 85, Stephen Brew. He's done this a number of times before. He's walked this path. This will be the 10th time if he does finish. He's finished on 9 previous occasions, and Alan Brew we saw there at number 84, a 7-time finisher as well. Here comes Robbie Collister, number 3, a smile on his face. What will he do here? Will he motor on through, or will he call it a day here in the west of the island? There's plenty of people lining the streets of Peel, giving him a huge round of applause as he comes into sight. Mason Prince, under 21 winner, 6 hours, 9 minutes and 9 seconds. Let's hear from him now.
It was tough, very tough, absolutely knackered now, but I enjoyed it. It was good fun. Coming through Ballaugh was tough, didn't enjoy that. Sammy caught up to me on the Slock and we stayed together all the way to Patrick, and that really helped. I just got me rhythm then, and then I went for a dash to the end.
Confirmation then, Robbie Collister has retired in Peel, and he's got himself a well-earned, you have to say, Jock, ice cream.
Yes, he'll be enjoying that.
I was going pretty hard, really, yeah. But I just wanted to push myself and just have a decent sort of walk and see how it goes. But then it sort of told on me towards the end, really, a little bit. Although I was still walking well, but the other boys more, they're walking to a time schedule, really, and I just don't really bother doing that. I just want to go out and walk, and if I'm out in front, I'll stay in front. If I'm not, you know, that's it. But I've had 21 years of this. My body's telling me it needs a break from it. So I thought, I've never finished in Peel before, so I thought I'd finish here and just meet all the crowd and have a night out in Peel.
Well, some of the names we've seen go through Peel there. Stephanie Burton, number 26. We've got 43, Louise Gimson. And Tristan Shields, number 31, who's finished on several occasions. And here comes, to huge cheers, the under-21 ladies winner of the Parish Walk for 2021. She gives her dad a massive hug. I don't think it's quite sunk in, the enormity of that achievement, but a time of 6 hours, 50 minutes and 18 seconds.
It was good, I actually really enjoyed it. I've walked with my dad who won it 25 years ago, so it's been great to be able to walk with him.
So did you come into it with any expectation of getting a result?
I would have liked a result, yeah. I've done plenty of training, but you never know what competition's going to be like on the day, so super happy.
And how was it? Did you pace yourself as you went, or have you gone out hard?
We worked out like estimated arrival times at the churches, but I think we've actually beaten them all, which is good. Just like what we like, and I'm chuffed to have got under 7 hours too.
And how proud is Dad?
Yeah, very proud. She's done well. Yeah, she had a little bad spell at the bottom of the Slock, but she's done tough, kept going, and yeah, super event. I mean, it's 25 years since I've done it, and there was no food stations or hardly any support them days, so it's a totally different event. Fantastic event now.
The search and rescue dog is into Peel. We've seen people there just getting that massage after finishing and calling it a day in the west of the Isle of Man. Well, Dad may have walked with her and been with her every step of the journey to Peel, but it's a real family affair for Elle Kane. There's her mum, Sarah.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, under 21s. She's done an amazing job. She really has. She's so determined, that girl.
And how was the experience for you?
Yeah, pleasurable. I'm glad it's done now. I'm stopping here.
Pauline Taylor and Carol Kelly there. 7.5 hours just over for them as they go into Peel, and they're going to continue on to the next parish. Hannah Moore and Steve Partington next into shot there, just behind Pauline Taylor and Carol Kelly. Let's hear from some more of those walkers who've decided to retire in Peel.
Yeah, it was tough. It's my first one, so yeah.
Wow,
it was,
fantastic result then.
Yeah, I'll take it. I didn't have anything to gauge it off, but yeah, it was sore at the end there. Coming down off the Slock was the worst bit. The downhills were definitely the worst part.
I promised myself I want to go do Parish walk, and I done. And I stop in Peel, and I'm happy. And I'm absolutely happy for all competitions.
Very painful. Yeah, worth it though. Good day, good to see everybody out. Lots of people cheering you on the way. Really worth it, yeah.
You've done it before?
No, never, first time, but I'll do it again next year, I think.
I actually feel like I'm very emotional, if I'm very honest, because I was planning on a 4 o'clock finish, and I had my second COVID jab yesterday.
Wow.
And I lifted my arm up at one point, as you do, and I thought, oh yeah, I did have it. And I had a real lull between Ballaugh and Rushen. And then I've just got a spurt on the last, whatever.
So I absolutely smashed your target time.
Absolutely, so I'm over the moon.
Well organised, lots of food stops, lots of water. Just perfect, actually. The organisers deserve a big thanks for everything they've done.
Back again next year?
Definitely, all the way next year.
To finish next year, yeah. I've done four times to Peel. Next year all the way around.
Another trio of walkers into sight there. We have Laura Crocker, Holly Devlin and Katie Christian. And they seem to still be enjoying their experience of the parish walk. And there we have Ballaugh and Jerby. You can see the signs there. But you were talking before, Jock, about Simon Gaughan possibly setting out a bit too quickly and that it might catch up with his body. And here we have it. The lead has changed hands. It's now Paul Atherton who's leading the way ahead of Simon Gaughan.
Yes, and we can see Liam Parker just behind there. So I don't know if Simon's slowed down or Paul has speeded up, but a definite change at the front.
And Liam Parker, the 2019 champion, he won't have given up his hopes of defending that crown successfully. Noel Ash approaching the cronk there. And Adam Killip, number 12. There are so many who you would say at this point, Jock, still in contention, still very, very capable of going on to win the race.
Yeah, in contention and looking fresh as well. So they've obviously paced their race well, and they're looking good at the moment.
James Quirk there, number 7. And there is Ballaugh Church, another checkpoint, another one to tick off the list. Samantha Bowden, number 66, the leading lady, and showing no signs of letting up whatsoever. At this point, do you dare to think about winning the race?
No, you're not even halfway yet at Ballaugh Church, so somewhere between Ballaugh and Jerby's halfway, so it's far too early to be thinking about that. Oh, and there's number 68, Michael Osborne. So yesterday he was shearing sheep, and here he is today going through Ballaugh on the parish walk.
15, Chris Cale there, another multi-time finisher of the parish walk. 17 previous finishes. He's going for 18 today. Here we are, Kirk Michael though, David Chambers and Stephen Cayley. That's 67 and 83 in shot there. Here we have Lorna Gleave at Ballaugh Bridge, and in the ladies race she's just overtaken Louise Gimson and Stephanie Burton, and that was between Peel and Kirk Michael, so she's second out there on the course now. Heading up to Bride. Jock, what sticks out in the mind when you think of the Bride section of the course?
Well, I used to think as Bride as being a turning point, because you turn south then, kind of, and you're heading home. So mentally, that's the last turning point for me when I was doing it. you're heading home.
Paul Atherton there, the leader, 9 hours, 16 minutes and 58 seconds, overtaking Simon Gaughan, who had started absolutely flying round this 85-mile course. And there we have a familiar face to many on the island, Treasury Minister Alf Cannon supporting people as they go through Kirkmichael.
There's number 74, Jim Davison. Just behind him is May Hooper, they both finished twice.
Simon Gaughan dropping further back. It's now Liam Parker in second as he goes through Bride around 9 hours and 20 minutes into his day. And at this point, he'll be feeling good, surely, that he's in second, he's climbing up the order.
He's climbing up the order, but he'll be keeping an eye on Paul out ahead. That'll be his focus now.
The grimace on Simon Gaughan's face doesn't tell the full story. He was smiling back in Peel, a bit of a smile there, but inside he'll know that he possibly just set out a bit too quickly. He's in third place at the moment, 9 hours 23 minutes and 16 seconds, around 3.5 minutes down on the leaders. Still leading though as she approaches Bride Church, 66, Samantha Bowden. And it doesn't look like anyone in the ladies class can get anywhere near her so far today, Jock.
No, she is way out ahead. She looks really calm, relaxed, in control. I would hazard to say she's enjoying herself.
It's a steady pace as well, unlike we saw with other competitors. It looks like she's been going at that steady pace and it hasn't dropped throughout the day.
Yeah, it's very measured. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Andrew Titley, another popular figure.
Oh yeah, so he has the most starts and finishes. So he started 18 times, finished 18 times. He's never not finished, so he'll be going for his 19th start and finish today.
How much is pride at stake for people who do set out to complete the full 85 miles?
Oh, I think you have to be very stubborn and not let the road beat you.
Here we are at Andreas and Paul Atherton, the leader. He is looking in fine form.
He's working hard though. You can see the salt on his shoulders, the dried salt.
Patrick Brigazzi just outside the top 10 at the moment as he goes through Bride. Do you have targets in your head, Jock, that of a time where you want to get to a particular checkpoint by?
Absolutely. So if you want to finish at a specific time on Douglas Prom, then you have to work backwards and give yourselves time targets at all the churches.
Liam Parker just ever so slightly closing the gap between himself and Paul Atherton, the leader. He's just over 3.5 minutes down on him now. And will he know how close he is to Paul?
He will know exactly how far ahead Paul is. His backup crew will be keeping an eye on him and will be telling Liam all the information that he needs.
Going through Ballaugh there, we can see Greg Hoskisson, 11:40, and Steve Kane, who hopefully can pass on some advice to Greg and let him know just what's needed to finish the full 85 miles.
Here's Vorry Horn retiring at Ballaugh.
42 miles in here though at Ballaugh, and Donna Brown, 13:50, is looking like she has enjoyed her more than 40 miles walking throughout the day. And there's 28, Lorna Gleave. She's the second lady, 18th overall at the moment. She's about an hour and a half down on Paul Atherton as she goes through Bride. It looks like this could be another retirement here as 7:20 Jessica Cross comes into shot, and Jessica Cross calling time at Ballaugh. Next in here we have Tony Edwards. He's on course for a top 20 finish as it stands in 19th place. He's powering on. 790 and 400. That's Bryony and Sam Greasley. And they're looking like they're out for a little Sunday stroll.
third and fourth ladies on the road. So we have Louise Gimson, number 43, and Steph Burton, 26. Going well, working together.
We've seen how fierce the competition is in the men's section. Is that reflected and mirrored in the ladies section as well, Jock?
Oh, without doubt. At the end of the day, it is a race. You know, so they are working together. Whether they finish together, should they finish, is another question.
There we have it. Number 14, Paul Atherton, has made it north. He's in Ramsey. He is the leader, 10 hours, 57 minutes and 10 seconds. Interesting to see his support colleague Stephen Quayle there. How important is it to have a strong support network around you?
Oh, it's invaluable. You would not be able to get to the end without support. It's part of the rules. You have to have a support, but you have to eat. You have to have the right clothes, food, etc. And they're the guys that give it to you.
Another checkpoint down, and again that lead has been cut. It's under 3 minutes now. That will be a huge psychological boost.
That'll lift Liam's spirits, definitely. That will make him kick on even harder now.
3 more people through. We've got Jan Uliot, Tom Walter and Sarah Walter raising money for the Children's Centre. We saw them at the start. They were cheering, waving, smiling. They've raised more than £2,000. Jane Howland and Adele Bridson stopping at Peel, but Claire Heath, Maxine Lace, Tessa Burrows, Glesney Corney and Helen Mason, they continued on through, and there they are at Ballaugh. Here we see Mackle. What goes through your mind when you see this section of the course?
Yeah, so Mackle is... It was always my bogey because it was starting to get cold and dark at this point, and it starts to play on your mind that you're nearly home but not quite nearly enough. You just have to dig deep, put one foot in front of the other and keep going. It's very easy to call it a day, but within 10 minutes of stopping, once you've eaten something or you've got warm or whatever, you'll feel miles better and you'll wish you'd carried on. So it's all about that mental strength I mentioned earlier. You just got to keep going.
Well, he won't want to quit, will he? Paul Atherton, the leader, 11 hours, 56 minutes and 8 seconds. He's approaching 12 hours of non-stop walking. And he will go through Mackle, where they're all having a great time. It really is an event which brings out the people. And if Paul Atherton's got a new lease of life, that will be a brilliant boost for him, because Liam Parker is now 4 minutes down on Paul Atherton. And once again, Atherton just getting away from him, which will be the last thing that Liam Parker wants. Back in Ballaugh, people still smiling. It's a real family event. We've seen that with Elle and Lee Kane and Sarah Kane all getting to Peel. And 3 more there, Sue Halsall, Jenny Foy and Helen Berry, who have all made it to Ballaugh. And it looks like they could be calling it a day. But what an effort, ladies.
Oh, thank you. Bloody hell.
Back to Mackle, Simon Gorn, who was at one stage leading and leading handsomely as well. It's a completely different story now, though.
Yeah, it looks like he's picked up a bit now. Last time we saw him, he was struggling, but he seems a little bit happier there. He's going well. His head's high.
How difficult is it when you get a little niggle, if you feel something's not quite 100% in your body, to overthink it and let it affect your performance?
Well, you do. You do overthink it. That's the problem. So you have to balance if it is a serious injury or it's just a little niggle, whether you can stop or keep going.
And there goes Noel Ash. 4th out there is number 9, around about 23 minutes down on the leader, Paul Atherton. Another retirement here then is Louise Franklin, number 1460. It's still an incredible achievement though, Jock.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, it's 45 miles in.
Here in Derby, Rebecca O'Neill, 9:01. A phenomenal effort from you, Rebecca. But Samantha Bowden is the leading lady. She's now into Mackle. She's 6th out there overall. Derby West, here are the Brews: Jordan, Simon, Alan and Stephen. here we have Samantha Bowden having a little pep talk, do you think, there?
Yeah, so there'll be some information that has been relayed to us. So this is Ballaugh. There's not much of a hill, but after 60 odd miles it's like an Everest. It just goes on for a few hundred metres, but when you've done quite a lot of miles on your legs, it hurts a little bit.
And Michael Rycroft and Alan Tier coming through Lizère here. You can see 557 Rycroft and 41 Tier. And again, they've got companions, unlike this man, the former leader, who's now at Doon, Simon Gaughan. And you can see right behind him is Adam Killip in 4th place. How much an incentive is that for Adam now that he can see Simon?
Exactly. So Adam's, you could tell by his style, Simon was quite, his arms were down and his head was down, whereas Adam, his chin was up and he was driving forward, so it's a big incentive to chase whoever's down in front of you.
Noel Ash not too far away either. There's Jason Roberts in Lizère. Top 50 for him at the moment. And there is Noel Ash, number 9, in 5th place. And he will be eyeing up Adam Killip and Simon Gaughan, who are just ahead of him. There's 44, Mark Lund, a twice finisher of the Parish, and he's still going strong. Ava Kovalevska, a 5-time finisher.
Yeah, she was second lady in 2018.
On the long road up to Mackeld. Well, they walk from dusk to dawn, from day to night. This is on clear display now just how long they're walking for.
Yeah, so as you can see, as Paul's approaching Lonnon Church, he's got his head torch on and it is visibly darker. This will be about 9 o'clock at night, so daylight is running out.
And you can see just how quick Paul Atherton, the leader, is walking there, because a couple of people having to run just to catch up with him.
Yeah, he's going very, very well at the moment. If you can keep that going, you never know.
The headlights on for Liam Parker, and at one point he was cutting that lead, but it does look at the moment like Paul Atherton is just getting away from him, and if he's not careful, this race could escape him. He's around 18.5 minutes down on the leader.
Yeah, he's looking, Liam's head is down there, so he may be struggling. Something might not be right, but you never give up, you keep going.
And here in Onken, 83 miles, there's only a couple more left for Paul Atherton, and he'll be walking for more than 15 hours, but it'll all be worth it if he can secure that Parish Walk crown. Next here at Lonnon, we've got Adam Killip, and not too far behind him is Noel Ash. 3rd and 4th, it's neck and neck, it's toe to toe at the moment, and this is a real battle between these two.
Yeah, Noel's worked hard to catch Adam up. Let's just see what happens next.
And there's Mackeld on the beautiful surroundings of the Isle of Man, and the leader is on to Douglas Promenade. There is Paul Atherton, and this will be an amazing achievement for Paul. He's had to do it the hard way and catch up with Simon Gaughan, but it looks like he'll get his just rewards. And still walking Bernie Johnson and Lee Johnson at Mackeld. They were 23rd and 24th. There they are at Ballaugh.
So the finish at Douglas Prom this year is in a different place because of the roadworks, the prom roadworks. So walkers had to come down Port Jack, walk about 900 metres along the prom, and then return back the way they came, which is where Paul is now.
The flashes of the cameras, the applause from the spectators. It's one foot in front of the other, as Jock Waddington says, but it's been a gruelling 85 miles. But in 15 hours, 23 minutes and 46 seconds. Paul Atherton is your 2021 Parish Walk winner. He gets a hug from his support crew.
A new winner, how does it feel?
Really good, yeah, amazing. I wasn't expecting it at all, so yeah, very pleased.
I mean, you've shown glimpses of form in the past, you've had top 10 finishes in the past. Is this a surprise to you?
Absolutely, yeah. I managed to finish 8th a couple of years ago. I was hoping to improve a bit, but yeah, certainly not expecting first.
Were you tempted to go with Simon Gorn's incredible early pace?
No. There's no way I would have kept up. It was far too quick for me at the start, so I was just trying to pace myself, take my time, and try and push on a bit later on. Really, I got a little bit of cramp just between Derby and Bryce, but just had a few salt sticks, and then it just sort of sorted itself out. So yeah, it was lucky really. I was a bit worried at that point.
So was there a point where you thought, I've got this?
Probably on the prom, to be honest. Yeah, not until near the end. But you never know what's going to happen, whether you're going to twist an ankle or anything can happen at any point. So yeah, it was a relief to get onto a nice flat prom near the end. So yeah, it was good.
Tremendous support from all the family and your support team as well.
Absolutely, yeah. All my work colleagues are down here, but obviously the kids are here, which was great to have them here. And yeah, it's great. So Liam. So, mate.
This encourages you to be back again next year.
I'm sure I will, but I don't feel like I want to at the moment. But yeah, no, a few months, a bit of rest, and yeah, it'd be good to get back.
What an incredible effort from this young man as well. He's the defending champion from 2019. He's fallen just shy of the mark, but he can still be incredibly proud of the time and the effort that he's put into this year's race. Liam Parker finishes in second with a time of 15 hours, 41 minutes and 24 seconds.
Well, Liam, it just wasn't to be this year, was it?
No, not at all, but you're coming up against someone like that. I knew it was going to be a struggle from the moment he sort of stuck with us from the beginning. And
into Ramsey, you were only about 3 minutes down.
That was sort of my last hope, really. It was that if Paul struggled through Mackle, then maybe I could sort of gain a bit of time. But
I answered for a little while about protecting second.
Well, I didn't realise how close they were. I was only on the way back down from London Church when two headlights were coming up towards me. I thought, oh, hang on a minute, I'm going to have to give it a bit. So, give it a bit from London, and they're not far away now, they can't be.
Another titanic effort from this pair. Arms aloft as they cross the line together. Number 9, Noel Ash, and number 12, Adam Killip, in joint third place. 26 minutes and 45 seconds down on the leaders.
All good things come in threes, don't they? Train together, walk together, finish together. We were together till Peel, and it just makes the miles go so much quicker when you're with someone. And then Peel, I had to stop to have a massage on my legs because they were a bit tight, and kind of left Noel a bit on his own, which I felt bad for because I just couldn't get him back. And he was just going and going and going, and it took me until after Mackle to catch him up. And then that was great then because we got back together, and it helps having someone spurring you on.
Did you know he was coming back at you?
Yeah, I knew he was coming back, but yeah, he's good on the uphills, I'm sort of good on the flats and downhills, so we worked as a team then just to try and push each other.
At what point did you decide you were coming in together?
I'd say probably before London, wasn't it?
Yeah, on the way into Laxey, I guess. Yeah. Way into Laxey, coming down the hill there to the tram lines, just thought, yeah, we can't shake each other.
It was all about the time, really, wasn't it? It wasn't about where we finished, It was just under 16 hours. That was the plan, wasn't it? Plan A, 16
hours.
Well, at one stage, we looked on course for a massive underdog victory. It hasn't quite happened for Simon Gorn in 2021. Definitely one to look out for in the future, but a 5th place finish.
The early pace was just sensational. I think you were 3 minutes inside record pace to Santon.
I trained at about that pace, so I just set off and just went at that pace for as long as I could.
And did you set out with the intent of finishing, or were you just looking at Peel?
I was intending to finish and just seeing how fast I could do it. I knew that if I could maintain that sort of pace, I could get between 16 and 17 hours to the finish. So
I achieved exactly what you targeted.
I achieved that, yeah.
And now coming into viewing, the first to cross the line in the ladies this year. Samantha Bowden is the ladies' victor. Champion in the ladies' class, 16 hours, 38 minutes and 51 seconds. Greeted at the finish line with a kiss and a cuddle.
Well, an absolutely fantastic result. A new ladies' champion at the Parish Walk 2021. How does it feel?
Amazing. I'm a bit speechless, to be honest, because I didn't expect it.
Fair to say, it sounds as a complete surprise, really.
Yeah. I didn't believe it until I came down onto the prom.
And you knocked an hour off your time?
About 59 minutes. Yeah.
Did you set yourself any times or anything?
No, I just wanted to finish. Just wanted another finish. I've finished 6 times, so this makes it number 7 now.
Were there any particular problems around the route?
No, to be honest, it just went well. Just went well. I ate quite a lot more than I would normally eat. I felt full a lot of the walk, which I think has probably helped.
Well, back in Onken, there's Lorna Gleave, the second place lady at the moment. It looks like she is on course to finish as the ladies runner-up. Still a few miles to go, but looking good for a second place finish. Meanwhile, on Douglas Promenade, Stuart Jones, number 20, in 7th place. As the clock ticks down, you get 24 hours to complete the full 85 miles. It doesn't matter when you cross that line though, as we see Stuart Osborne and Anne-Marie Klukas there. Meanwhile, the sun's out now again in Onken.
Morning, how are you feeling?
Good, yeah, really good.
To the finish?
Yeah. Woo! I'm not stopping now.
That's what we like to hear.
There's 133 Steve Corkill, 22 hours, 8 minutes and 28 seconds, in need of a lie down to rest his body after what has been almost a solid day of constant walking. Still a couple more competitors battling on through, mind over matter as we said previously. 2 more finishing the full 85 miles and crossing the line together. There we have 161 Rebecca Stride, a great name for a parish walker, and Kirsty Duke, 110th and 111th for Rebecca and Kirsty.
How are you feeling?
Lucas is looking very casual.
Yeah, that's 446. Lucas Kenyon on the main road in Onken there. 860 Rachel Liver, 22 hours, 15 minutes and 15 seconds. A beaming smile as she crosses the line. Accepts her medal, sees what looks like her kids, and I'm sure they'll be incredibly proud of their mum. The Brews are still going on the main road in Onken there. There's Alan, Jordan and Stephen still plugging away, and you can see not a constant stream of walkers, but there's still plenty who are hoping to achieve that full distance of 85 miles. And Robert Kermode there, 447, followed closely out there by Olivia Garvey. And a lot of them panting, sweating. It's a mixture of joy and relief, I take it, when you get to the finish.
It's very emotional. You put yourself through a lot, you put your family through a lot, and the sense of relief and achievement when you get to that line is really overwhelming for some people.
And you say it's just walking, but it clearly isn't, because most of us can walk, but it's very difficult to go through the ups and downs, the highs and lows, the peaks and troughs of everything that the parish walk throws at you.
Well, that's it, yeah. It's a mental battle, as I said earlier, more than a physical battle. So if you've got that mental strength, you will make yourself do it, and you will get to that finish line on the prom.
Aoife Mayer and Lucy Kinraid, 2 more finishers coming in around half an hour before the cut-off point. And when you see that clock just ticking over, I'm sure the pressure increases somewhat, and you really do have to up the pace if you're to make the grade.
Yes, so you can see here there's a couple of orange shirts willing these last couple of competitors along the line before time runs out for them. These are the last 2 guys in the road, I think, and they're being encouraged just to put that little bit of extra effort in just to get to the line before the 24 hours is up.
Well, 5:35 Tom Quirk there. He's got just under 3 minutes. He is going to finish, and 15:99 Lottie Moore, the final finisher, just inside that 24-hour cut-off point. And look at that, the emotions getting the better of her there. An outpouring of emotion. She has completed the 85 miles, and not just that, she's done it inside the 24-hour cut-off point.
Yeah,
cutting it fine, but she's done it. She's got there.
Yeah, first time finisher Lottie Moore. You can just see the emotion on her face there. She's so thrilled to have got to the end just in time.
I wonder if she's done enough to think that she might give it another go next year.
Well, never say never. Everyone says I'm never doing that again, but they always do.
Posing by the clock there, she is the final person, the final walker to cross the line on Douglas Promenade. Let's take a look at the full results. So after all said and done then, Jock, the 24 hours is up. We've got 2 new winners in the male and the ladies category. It's been just a truly terrific day and just hits home how much we missed it last year.
It does. It's been a fantastic race. We've got, as you say, 2 new winners in the under-21s categories as well. It's been a fantastic day out. It's been a long day out for all the competitors. It's by no means an easy feat to achieve this. A lot of people set out to finish the Parish Walk. Many fall by the wayside, but they will come back next year, hopefully, and give it another go.
Some of them not able to go further than Peel due to those restrictions, but special mentions for Mason Prince and Elle Kane. But the story here of the 2021 Parish Walk, Samantha Bowden, the winner in the ladies, but it was a victory overall and in the men's class for number 14, Paul Atherton.